Welcome back to the Starladder iLeague Invitational, live from the Starladder Arena in Kiev, and brought to you by our broadcaster partner, Twitch TV. Sitting here with Gods in Winter, and we are about to break down the second semifinals of the day for you, and that is Secret versus Liquid. And this is the first time that we have the same region going up against each other in this tournament so far. And it is Secret versus it's a hype match, Gods.
It is. It's also kind of cool because these are the teams that verse each other at TI. Secret was probably closer than anyone to beating Liquid.
Yeah.
Other than when they actually did lose it to IG. But as far as knocking them out, Secret was so close to doing that.
It was. I told you guys yesterday that was homework, that you should watch that series. I hope you did, because
Homework?
Yeah, I gave people at home homework.
Homework? You didn't give me homework.
I didn't give you. I mean, you watched that game. I know you did. Don't worry.
Maybe I didn't. I was falling asleep, you know.
You could not have slept through that match. I know you did.
Me and Winter were at TI. We were often like holidaying. You know, after the group stages, we were done. We packed our bags, hit up Hawaii.
And Winter would probably still have watched all the games.
That's very
knowing
true.
him.
He would not have been on the beach.
GG. Can't lie myself through this. GG.
No, but I mean, this is very hype. These two teams. Why is this such a clashing playstyle? Because even though obviously Secret changed two members, I feel like the playstyle kind of is semi the same. It just works better for them compared to the previous lineup.
Liquid picking Chen a lot, I think would mean that they might really contest that hero. So there'll be a lot of clashing in terms of how they're gonna secure the early game supremacy with the Chen. And as you know, Secret likes to fight like the 3-man mid against Na'Vi.
Yeah.
So that might happen
We're gonna
too.
see that again?
Yeah, we might see it happen if there's Chen and Enchantress, which I am not sure because it seems like both teams they like Chen, but they don't seem to be interested at picking Ench at all.
True. Yeah, we've seen Ench have a lot of success though, like for some teams in the 4 position role more than the 3, so maybe it's something that comes up. But the teams are oddly similar, I feel, with like each playing each role. Like Ace and Matu play the similar kind of style of heroes. He's really annoying. The patch heroes, you know, they play the Venos, they play the Broods.
They both get left alone in a way as well.
Yep. And then you've got GH up against Yapsor, of course. So kind of similar, like playmakers, roam around a lot. GH has a slightly different hero pool with like the Coddle, the Io maybe. Puppy Kuro, both playing the channel a lot lately. So they are very similar teams. And mid one versus Miracle, of course. Like there's a high matchup.
Yeah. Yep. So this is basically two of the same styles clashing
Very
with
similar.
each other.
Yeah, very similar.
But then I'm going to ask from the get-go, sure, Secret was the one very close to knocking Liquid out of TI a couple of months ago, but do you think they can do the same thing here? We've seen both teams play. We've seen, obviously, a lot more of Secret than we have of Liquid, because Liquid basically steamrolled through their group, and it wasn't really much of a challenge apart from one game against Mineski that they struggled.
I think I would consider them better right now compared to when they were at TI.
Okay.
Like from their roster and the team system, the team dynamic. I think they had a much better like shuffle compared to their old lineup.
Yeah.
And
do you think they're this time better than Liquid?
Yeah. They have they have a better chance now compared to before. So
I think Liquid for me still come in as slight favorites. Draft-wise, they have maybe a bit more flexibility. GH, of course, always the big player everyone talks about when you're drafting against Liquid. You got to ban out some of his heroes, the Io. Like every time he gets it, it's like, oh, can't give him Io again. The Shaker, of course. The Coddle is always like an enigma that teams don't really seem to understand how to beat or how to verse. No one else plays it. So draft-wise, I give Liquid the edge, but I think this Secret team is definitely strong.
How big is the difference though? Like I think you can say he plays Coddle, but Yapsor plays Earth Spirit better than him. So I think that they got that hero going on for Secret, and that hero has proven to be a very, very important hero in this event. I think he won almost every game.
He has not lost a single game.
Yeah, he has not lost a single game. See, that hero is a key hero in the current patch because it gives you way too many things. And we talk about how important is like the draft early, how you open your first 2 picks or your first 4 picks, and it allows you to be more flexible in terms of picking the rest of the heroes because Earth Spirit covers a lot of departments, so you can maybe pick heroes that are not so good in team fight but better in laning because you got Earth Spirit covering that department.
Earth Spirit highly contested, Chen highly contested.
Yeah, but the Earth Spirit contested part is a bit weird because Liquid might not want to pick the hero because
but they can surely ban it.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, they got free bans basically. It's I say free bans because I feel like Secret has to ban some of GH heroes, perhaps.
They have to ban Io for sure because they don't play the Io.
Yeah. And we've seen GH out of this tournament, and trust me, that is not something you want to fight.
I think we might see some Chens. I feel like both teams, obviously because they play, have a pretty good idea of what's annoying for the Chen players. So having those tanky heroes that chase the Chen around, the Night Stalkers, the Slaughters, the Spear Breakers that can just kind of track the Chen, invade his jungle a bit, be very problematic. Or you go like Chen versus Enchantress. So there are ways of dealing with and beating the Chen. We saw it just now with Mineski. So I would expect to see Chen in at least 1 or 2 of these games.
Well, I have a question. Everybody, or a lot of people know about the puppy pause. It's actually a thing here. Because every team gets 1 timeout per game. It's a 3-minute timeout. It's basically just, well, at home you just see a pause, and the teams get a chance to just talk through what is happening, what's happening right now, and how you want to continue forward. What do you guys think about that addition, basically, to the tournament?
For me, I'm kind of like a captain style player.
Yeah.
So I would actually use the timeout when I'm really unhappy with someone buying certain items, and I'm talking to him like, hey, get this instead. Then he'll like, nah, I think this is better. I'll pause the game and talk to that guy.
Okay.
Get this guy out of my game. I don't want that player on my team. Micromanaging.
This guy's like queuing.
What
He's
would you do
queuing
with
Midas.
the
I'm like,
pause?
no, stop getting Midas. That guy's getting Midas already. Why are you getting Midas? Then it's like,
Shadowblade,
no,
no.
it's good. It's good. I want Midas. Pause.
You can only use it once, though.
Abandon. I'm out.
What would you pause for, Gods?
I like the way Kyle talked about it. Like when you're ahead and you know your team may make some mistakes or overextend, just like getting everyone to calm down a bit and refocus on objectives. I think when you're the team who's in more control, sometimes it's easy to kind of lose focus on the big picture. So a pause can kind of.
But what's the
recompose you.
rule? Can you like you're not allowed to pause during a fight, right? Like, or
No.
what?
No.
I'm
So-
not sure the exact wording, but yeah, you can't pause during fights.
But yeah,
clashes,
that
and-
would be a little bit, you know, if you're like, we're losing a fight, pause. That's not no. It's not during a fight. I don't know exactly the rules about when, but it has to be in like a law period.
I mean, it
where-
can be abusable if there's no rule to this. Like
But
a fight,
I'm sure
a
there's a
fight
rule for
happens,
it.
someone makes a wrong false move. Pause. Can we still fight? Oh, guys, can we still fight? I have BKB. No, I turn on my BKB. My BKB is still incurred. Okay, guys, let's back resume. I mean,
First of all,
that's
but
abusable,
that's,
right?
that is abusable. But you can only use it once, as said. So I think you know.
In a crucial fight, Roshan fight.
Sure, but like again, you can't use it in a fight.
Yeah,
So-
I'm sure you can.
I think it's going to be very split how people feel about it because obviously it does disrupt the flow of the game.
Yeah.
I think something that is just really admirable about these pro players is how they can just remain focused, or well, some don't, and that's where the overextensions of the throws happen, and that's kind of always been a part of Dota. We'll
Yeah.
obviously see maybe a bit less of that. So the fact that a pause can disrupt the flow can be very influential. We saw it, I think it was TI5 with Complexity versus VP. When they're on the main stage, Cole's winning against VP in game 3, and G
Yeah.
gets sick. He goes off stage. There's this big 5-10 minute pause.
Yeah.
It completely changes the flow of the game. They come back, Cole makes some misplays, and suddenly VP actually win the series. So I think there's scenarios where pauses can negatively impact the game, especially when they're too long.
There's 3-minute pause, and there's also obviously one for the enemy team. So in a way, you can have 6 minutes of time if you use your enemy's pause as well. We have draft in the meantime, so we can take a look at the Chens and Enchantress that are going to come out. Perhaps, I
Jungle.
hope that we're going to see Chen, but at the same time, Team Liquid, they played it every single game so far. Obviously, they have not lost a game yet to get to this point. So, first pick goes to Team Secret. Surely they're not going to ban it because they would rather pick it first. Is it a first pickable hero? Is that too early?
Chen?
Yeah,
Yeah, why not?
I don't know, because you give away a lot of your game plan.
In this matchup, I think it's expected that it's going to be picked. For Secret especially, it's been the first pick here for them in all their qualifiers. It's been first banned against them,
Yep.
so for Secret, it's certainly first pick. For Liquid, it's more been like a second, third, fourth.
But Liquid has been first phasing the hero as well in their games. So
In this tournament, yeah.
okay,
ban it.
there actually goes the Chen. Kuro knows.
Yeah, this is what teams were doing against Secret a lot. Chen, Lich Ban, take away the 2 preferred heroes
Yeah.
for Puppy. They still got his Bane there, which is where we've seen Secret open with like Bane Rubik's type things. Shaker's still in the pool.
I guess it's really the fact that teams do not really want to use Ench to contest Chen anymore. Like we were talking about this a little bit. Why teams are actually not using the Ench against the Chen? You know, most just either you pick the Chen or you just straight up ban the Chen if you don't get it. You don't try to fight it with the Ench.
And even if you want to pick Ench, you still ban the Chen. It's like we've seen some teams ban Chen against Secret. Na'Vi did this, and then they still went on to pick the Edge.
Yep. So Secret first picking Nyx. So this is an annoying hero. It limits a lot of heroes that you can pick for your mid laner, your core player. I think this hero is very good against either of these two teams, Liquid or Secret, because both of these teams they try to give last pick to their mid player, and he gets the most farm, and they are usually playing a hero that's really weak against Nyx. So I can see this opening working well for Secret and the idea behind this opening.
Yeah, Nyx is not, in my mind, like the best 4-position hero, but like as far as what it does compared to the other 4, I think if you look at like Nightstalkers or Spirit, like on paper those are better heroes than Nyx, but Nyx, like you say, counters so many popular mids and makes it affects the draft so much. Your opponent suddenly doesn't want to pick Pugna, doesn't want to pick Necrophos.
Or you pick the hero, but you have to get BKB like earlier. That's all.
Oh, very early AA pick.
Shaker AA.
This is also, I think this is similar to Nyx. This is a hero that counters some of those popular, counters the Pugna, counters the Necro. So both teams get these heroes that are kind of preventative. Like suddenly the draft gets a lot harder to kind of transition into the heroes you want to get because you think twice. Like, do we really want a Pugna versus AA? Do we really want a Necro versus Nyx?
But AA is really weak against like a Furion, Brood kind of hero. Okay, that's a Furion. Furion is really good against these two heroes. If you actually do pulse 4 Earthshaker and pulse 5 AA, Furion can actually bully. And if you don't have a good carry in the lane, like probably a good matchup, and a good example of a good matchup would be like a Gyro. Not many carries fare very well against Nyx. That's not against Nyx and Furion together in the lane.
And that was what we saw last time. I think there was an AA pick. Was Furion was instantly picked as a counter. So very
this is
good
problematic
hero for Fata this game, and they probably banned something like a Sven even, which is one of the go-to like heroes to play against the Nature's Prophet.
Yeah, as we saw previous game as well in the Mineski versus Complexity series.
However, Team Liquid has team fight going on for them in the first 2 picks, and Secret has been close to a very little team fight with these 2 picks. So we might see a very different draft. Like Liquid might focus more on like team fighting, grouping up. Secret will be like wave clear, pick off, and more split farm. Splitting the map.
But they said that's something that is is easily recognizable already in the early. Like in these
It's just an
2 picks,
indication.
so you because you can still have 3 picks.
Yeah,
to pick
it's
today.
just an indication that these 2 picks lean more towards that playstyle. Obviously, the 3 behind could be picked towards more team fight to actually change the direction of the lineup.
Where Liquid wanna go? I feel like the Brood pick is still going to be lingering on both captains' minds. Something that both Ace and Matu play.
Yeah.
It's a hero that's not bothered by the Nyx. We talk about some of those other picks not being as good or effective, like the Necro Pugna. Brood is definitely fantastic in a game versus Nyx.
You think this series we have a chance of seeing Matumaman's Lycan, like one of his old go-to heroes, or is that out of the question?
Not sure though.
Yeah, it's a weird, interesting hero. It's been kind of forgotten, but at TI
Yeah.
was picked quite a lot.
Yeah.
Okay,
We saw a lot of that, like new,
and it's picked a lot against Nightstalker, like to deal with the
Yep.
Nightstalker aggression because of the half.
and picked with summons like Nature's Prophet. I mean, for Secret, it actually like makes sense as a pick, but Matu's the one who maybe. plays
Yeah,
it
and
more.
they are playing against a Nightstalker. That was what was happening a lot at TI.
In theory, it's also good with the Nightstalker because of the nighttime. With the
Yeah.
Howl.
So Liquid's lineup right now, they are going to, I think more likely Earthshaker. Yeah, Earthshaker offlane. I mean, both of them can do. You can do both, right? Earthshaker offlane or NS offlane. But I think I'm leaning more towards a Shaker offlane for them.
That's more something mind control.
Yeah.
Would feel more comfortable on.
And
too.
so right now they have a hero that's going to be able to give them vision to catch out the Prophet. And NS is really good against Nyx and Prophet because these 2 heroes are heroes that have a split and catch split farm play style. So vision control heroes are usually really good against heroes that want to play like that.
Maybe Team Liquid is going to pull a Na'Vi and put AA mid. There's the Bane.
Highly unlikely.
go-to pick for
highly unlikely, but you know.
There's the Brood.
There's the Brood.
I feel like it had to be picked by one team, and if Liquid didn't pick it, Secret were going to. It's just.
Secret has one more pick to react.
Yeah.
I think it's like maybe it's
Dangerous,
like worse
but-
for Liquid if Liquid didn't pick the Brood
And
they
then
pick
Secret do.
yeah, and they pick something really bad against the Brood and Secret 4th pick it. Right now Secret has 1 extra pick to react to this spider. So
But
They've
Liquid,
already
if-
picked their support duo.
If Liquid got Brooded, they were in so much trouble. AA, terrible against Brood. Shaker is, I mean, as much as people talk about Echo Slam versus Spiderlings being good, it's actually a very bad hero against Brood for the most part, just because of like the slow
Yeah.
pace that to get the Blink Dagger, you just lose the early game.
And you just
Yeah.
die at some point.
Yeah.
So.
they're gonna need like some timbers or like some kind of hero like timbers or someone that can hold the lane against the Brood.
Yeah, they need a ace hero and a mid one hero. So
Yeah.
Ace will be on something like maybe the Timbersaw you mentioned,
Yeah, he might need something like that.
or he goes some unorthodox safe laner hero like safe lane tide something comes out.
Legion Commander is quite good
Sure.
against
Yeah.
Broodmother. And Legion Commander, I think suits Ace. Like personally, I think Legion suits him more compared to like something. If you give him like a Tide or Underlord just to fight the Brood, I think he's more of like he's still a carry player. So you want to give him something that is closer to his role as a player.
Well, talking there on the secret side.
Yeah. Everybody having some input. They're already taking into their bonus time.
The really
Yeah.
scary thing about Brood too is it can go mid or safe lane. It's flexible. You see Broods often will throw a web mid, end up going safe lane. There's a lot of heroes that just get crushed by Brood
I
mid.
think as long as they pick like a good a really strong mid that won't allow the Earthshaker to go mid, I think then the Brood that will limit the Brood's lanes, you know.
Is this a good one for that?
Yeah, I think this is good enough for that.
Sentry is can manage.
Quap is I think you basically pretty much you can hold alright, but when the Brood gets I think starting from level 5 onwards, if I'm not mistaken, the lane becomes really unplayable when he gets his third point in the spawn spiderlings. Then he has so much spiders and it becomes really hard.
And he'll just outfarm you too.
And
He's
yeah,
got
he
the
pretty much,
ancients.
even if he can't go toe to toe with you in the lane, he just farm more than you because he farms the ancients, he farms the jungle. It's not an easy lane for Quap.
It feels like the right kind of hero to pick though. Even
Yeah.
though it's not. I mean, you don't even know if Brood's going to be in the mid lane. It's gonna.
You just need to pick a solid laner first and see how things go.
Yep.
Wait for one more pick, see what they ban, and try to plan further ahead. Liquid is gonna have the last pick, so that they're gonna have another counter pick. So you as Secret right now, you really need to think about that as well. It's not only the Brood, it's also the possible last hero, something that will make it really hard. Like AM is still in the pool, you know. If they put so much focus on shutting down the Brood, what if Liquid just last picks the AM and then what? and then what? And then you're gonna be like, oh no, and you can't switch your lanes. Then it will be a really big problem.
It's too late.
Yeah, they might. I think they might have to ban anti-mage.
They
Oh,
ban
that is
Meepo
actually
there.
such a good ban. Ace's Meepo is
Yeah, Meepo is quite good against Brood. Yeah, I
very
remember.
good. Yeah. Fantastic hero versus Brood. Easy to catch, good to clear spiderlings. I don't know. I mean, even 1v1, it can hold its own somewhat against Brood initially. That would have been a hero that really would have pulled Secret's draft together well.
There's not many like cores that go really well against Brood left. Sven is banned.
Sven's banned, yeah.
Amber's banned. They need like some AoE splash damage hero.
And the Timbersaw you
Yeah,
mentioned might be one.
Timber is not even that great, you know, like because they have a lot of magic, like Earthshaker. It's okay, but it's not. I wouldn't say it's like a great pick here. It's okay, it's just okay.
Elk ban.
Yeah,
Alchemy
this
is
is like
awesome.
exactly the same thing I was talking about AM. Like Elk can be also that hero, you know. You focus on the Brood so much that they pick something like an Elk or AM, then you're pretty much, oh no, how do we stop both of them now? Let's go, Liquid.
All
So
right.
Secret's last pick here. This is a very a lot of headache here for Puppy to get this last pick right for them.
Even that fourth pick after the Brood was tough.
Yeah.
Definitely showing what Brood can do to a draft.
And maybe they were already planning like,
Do you feel
Re-
like they have enough team fight as is with the 4 heroes they have? Because that's what we started out thinking, that they were lacking that a little bit.
it's
compared to
okay.
Liquid.
Right now it's not even to the team fight yet. It's like the lanes is already a big problem.
Yeah. Oh, it's a Timbersaw. You mentioned it.
Yeah, because there's not much options. That it's not even like that great. You know, it's like just okay-ish.
Yeah. Meepo, if I'd seen Meepo, I'd be like, that is great. That works. I see Timbersaw.
So now
it's
what?
more
AM
if
is
what you
coming.
say.
Well, what's Miracle gonna play? Like some AM or some Morphling?
AM versus Timbersaw is definitely fantastic.
Yeah, I really kind of like AM here. I don't think it's too greedy with the lineup. I think that the other 4 heroes should be able to create enough space for them to allow AM to actually free farm.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Good guy GH, giving his chair to Heen. It's like, all right, you're helping with the draft, Heen. Take a seat. I'll stand up for you.
He's even patting his shoulder at the same
I
time.
mean, the other possible thing they could pick is like something like a monkey. I think monkey is also quite good here. Gives you good lane, gives you good team fight, and he's a hero that can actually like snowball or control. They need that kind of hero.
Yeah, it depends if they want more of the late game option or the early game fighting option.
AM is like, I
guess.
think, more annoying. Actually, Monkey is also annoying. AM is just like, oh, you have that timer on your head. Oh no, they have an anti-mage farming. Guys, they have an AM farming. Guys, they have an AM farming. Then it might actually make you do a lot of things in a rush, and you might make more mistakes when you're playing against a lineup with a Brood and an AM.
They're really using up their last seconds. It's a Bloodseeker.
Bloodseeker. Oh,
Okay.
this is actually, this is even better because it actually counters. It's not so greedy, but it counters the Quab and it counters the Timber Saw.
Even lanes well
Alright.
against Nature's Prophet, which
Yeah.
is maybe something the AM would have
This-
struggled
this-
against.
Yeah, this pick is actually better.
If
It's
you
more
AM
solid.
against Nature's Prophet Nyx, you get pressure in lane, you may not farm too well, but Bloodseeker is going to be able to hold his own against
I mean, they took their
Treants.
time, but I think they came up with probably the best pick they could have chosen.
So do you think that Liquid has won this draft?
Yeah,
Winter?
I think with the Bloodseeker pick,
Yeah.
they have the better draft, I think.
Same for God?
Yeah, I think the Brood just caused too many problems in the draft, and the final pick was used really well with the Bloodseeker, so
Alright.
Liquid for game 1.
Well, let's find out what our commentators have to say about that as we head into the first game of Secret versus Liquid.
Thank you very much, Steve. And indeed, we're ready here for game 1, straight coming to you from Kiev. Secret versus Liquid. The two lineups have been shown. I can't help but bring on the fact that, Fog, during that whole draft, you were kind of looking at what Liquid said. You were going, this is good, this is good, this is good. And you were a little unsure about what Secret has managed to bring through. Definitely this sort of feeling that Liquid's got the upper hand off the back of the draft.
Yeah, I really like, I mean, they've got GH Shaker, their opener is very nice. You almost feel like Secret got forced into going for this Timber Saw, but they're playing versus Shaker, AA, Nightstalker. 3 of the better heroes versus Timber Saw. Bloodseeker's wild last pick. These heroes are incredibly good versus everything that Secret's got in their draft. I think it's going to be quite a tough game for the boys and Puppy. But still, we'll see how it ends up coming through, if they can actually make these lanes work. I think they really need to snowball in a way, too, because you look at their draft and they've got these like semi-carry cores, you know, Queen of Pain, Timbersaw, Nature's Prophet, in comparison to a Broodmother and Bloodseeker. These two heroes scare way higher in comparison when you get to that later stage of the game. So yeah, definitely feeling a bit concerned for Secret, but that being said, we'll see how much Yapzor and Puppy can do in the early game, because we've seen them have very successful rotations coming out with this Bane.
Yeah, absolutely. They're going to have to bring their play to the highest of levels to have a chance against Liquid with this lineup here. Game
So
1.
what you tend to want to be doing when you see like an Ancient Apparition is you want to ward the pull. So you make sure he can't get the just chain pull and get those levels, because AA wants to get level 6 as fast as possible. And I think you kind of know the way that they're going to be playing with this Nightstalker, the way GH was playing it the other day. He's just going to be running around, trying to get those pickoffs, bully the Nyx. We saw that exact matchup when he was playing versus Nyx last time as Nightstalker, and he was like 7-2 and 7 within the first 15 to 20 minutes. So he's just going to be, his job is just follow around Yapzor, see the rotations coming out. Same thing with Puppy's hero. Nightstalker has to just follow around the Bane and that Nyx.
Will we see any sort of certain lanes being avoided by either side? You know, obviously there's this Broodmother in the game. Is there anyone on Secret's lineup that you really don't want to have to go against that Brood in the lane?
They need they want the Timber versus Brood matchup.
They need-
100%. Yeah. They don't want to have the Queen of Pain or the Nature's Prophet versus Broodmother by any means. Who ends up getting the rune there? They actually do it. But AA rotation comes in, and there's a Shadow Strike skilled, but now they're turning on Puppy. Body blocks.
Oh, he is in a lot of trouble here with the second void coming through from GH. They'll chase down Puppy. That'll be your first blood going to mind control.
Awesome move there by Kuroki, going up towards top. Completely different. They did not expect him to make that rotation. They did see them. I did think they saw the rotation with the one ward that they placed.
Yeah.
But still, it's like that's the first blood on the rune that you kind of don't expect. And it is leaving, you know, Bloodseeker at the not at the greatest matchup. He is versus the Nature's Prophet, so that is the best thing that's going for Secret here in that laning matchup.
Sure, and in the mid lane they do get that matchup, as you say, that they were after, getting Ace's Timbersaw up against Matsuma Man's Broodmother in the mid. And indeed all the action potentially to be happening on that top lane. That's where the tri-lane will sit for Secret, but Liquid, of course, after that very nice start, getting mind control, that extra bit of gold to kick off in this lane. He's got that Mango, give that boost towards getting that Soul Ring, and then he can certainly start to put on the pressure with the Fisher spam.
I do think this is actually like the perfect lanes that Secret has. All three of them are exactly what they wanted, and that's what they need in this game. They really need to get the snowball factor coming out of the laning phase. Timbersaw versus Brood, you can't bully the Timber whatsoever as a Brood. Same thing with Nature's Prophet. We'll probably see the rotations coming out. GH already makes the move bottom to start helping out Bloodseeker because it's just not a favorable matchup by any means.
No, absolutely not. We need to have that backup there for Miracle, and as we see, GH able to do quite a bit of damage to Fada.
Yeah, it's a bit awkward right now for Liquid. They're just already having to do some lane adjustments in a way. You see AA moving down toward bottom, and Yapzor makes the rotation to follow both of them to keep that Nature's Prophet a little bit safe so he can actually lane there without having risk of dying. So yeah, Secret, this is definitely exactly what they want. Although they gave that first blood, I still think it's not that big of a deal with the matchups that they have going on here.
See in the river.
Haste Rune top.
Mind control, level 2. It will pick it up and send himself straight back to the top lane. That mid lane, as you say, the Timber already, of course, going to have a very nice time in the 1v1, and also will not be too fussed about rotations coming in. Maybe once the nighttime kicks in and GH has got a couple of levels, it could get a little scarier, but for now, Ace is going to have the freest of times here, and we're seeing that 19 for 3. Matuma Man, though, not being kept behind, keeping on par pretty well indeed.
Rotation coming out, probably just sapping experience for that level 2, it seemed. But yeah, they need to, in order to kill this Timbersaw, they're going to need heavy rotations. They're going to need AA, they're going to need probably the Shaker as well, on top of the Brood Nuke. It's going to be a heavy committal for them to actually go for that. Pretty important here is that the Kuroki actually found the D-ward, so he's able to get those pulls off, and they're able to get the equilibrium going at least a bit in that bottom lane. Because you do see, both of them are just suffering. The Nature's Prophet and the Bloodseeker, they're both trying their best to kind of harass each other and do what they can, but they're missing a bit of CS, of course, because of that.
The harassment trade, very heavy indeed, down on that bottom lane.
So it's pretty important to have some kind of heroes, and that's why I like a little bit what Secret had, is being able to invade those Ancients on that Broodmother, because we've been seeing that over and over again as Brood. Sure, you may not crush your lane some of these times because you don't get a favorable matchup, but at one point, you just get you get your level 7, you get your level 8, you get if you want to go for that medallion build, you go to those Ancients and you just absolutely snowball in levels like crazy. And they've got the Queen of Pain, they've got the Nature's Prophet to be able to do that as well.
Smoke to be picked up by Puppey, bottom lane. Yapzor and Fada closing in on Miracle. They will find the stun through the tree line. Miracle will continue to run, does have Kuroki in the neighborhood, and with a nice bit of juking and a cut down of the tree, he'll be okay.
So they're already actually making the adjustment. Broodmother is jungling, and they give Nightstalker the mid lane so that he can have some good levels coming out.
I mean, and is this sort of a movement something that Secret can punish, or are Liquid doing this knowing that there's not really much that Secret could do about this Brood
I think it's
going
just
to the jungle early?
I think it's just small, quick rotations. They're not going to just keep the Brood jungle because you clear those camps so quickly. Just okay, I'm going to jungle 2 camps, GH, take the mid lane for that one creep wave, switch it back up over and over again, just to make sure that Nightstalker doesn't get under-leveled. GH goes for the first smoke rotation, but unable to find anything with it. And this is a Queen of Pain full free farming top in that lane because Earthshaker doesn't want to contest, so Mind Control has been exclusively jungling as far as I've seen so far. And it gives a lot of liberty to these supports on the side of Secret. I think that we do see them smoked up right now, making their move toward the mid lane. They're getting wards as well. This is really cool. They put the ward down to make sure they can see the Ancients, but not in a normal spot.
No,
so it's not going to get de-warded.
Yeah.
But this is a tough gank. And they commit the sentry as well to block the Ancient as well once he starts clearing it. So they're already starting to make those adjustments to make sure that they don't let the Brood go out of control. They even warded the other Ancients, so they're very aware of how to play versus Broodmother, of course, because Ace is a Broodmother spammer.
Mind control.
Should be fine, pretty deep. There's a shrine there as well.
And we'll force out at least a TP from GH. Now he cancels it, realizes that his Shaker is not in trouble, and he can indeed remain in that mid lane, continue to soak up the experience, try and find himself towards the level 3 on the Nightstalker.
Look at Ace, 51 CS. Some of them are Spiderlings, but still doing an excellent job right now at the moment.
Top lane, Secret still in the neighborhood. Maybe seeing if they can get this long wraparound behind the tier 1 onto Mind Control.
Queen of Pain is level 6, so they do have the damage burst with a full Veil already completed as well.
I love that as well. Even no boots, just rushing the Veil.
It's early, I mean, 6 minutes in.
6 minute Veil. That's got to be one of the fastest Veils we've seen in competitive.
Radiant Scan comes out, actually catches them rotating on mind control. He could still be in some trouble here.
Can he play his way out of it? He's going to need some backup. Does get the Fisher onto both mid one and Puppey. Now looking for the juice. Are there any TPs coming through? Doesn't
Night
look like
Stalkers
it.
is on cooldown still.
The stun's going to miss though onto mind control. He is going to be chased down for this one, but it's certainly taking Secret a little more time than maybe they hoped for. Fada's going to have to come in to help out. In fact, mind control, maybe see if he can get the deny off with the neutrals. Not going to be the case. Mid one will find the kill. But Mind Control certainly making Secret use a fair few of their resources and time to get that kill.
Yep, well done. The heavy rotation coming mid lane. This could be where they go for the ace, Timbersaw. He's very tanky though.
Yeah, as you can see already. But it's
But
not
with
enough.
the Miracle even comes in too.
Too much magical with the Blood Rage.
Is that all 5?
And
It's at least 4 of them.
Yeah, Mind Control and GH were there as well, but they start to chase up Yapzor and Puppey back towards the shrine. It will be fine.
That's how they have to deal with it. They want to. I think they might even just start every time that Rupture's up. They're just going to bring him toward that Timbersaw, because that's the. I mean, that's the dream matchup. Bloodseeker versus Timbersaw is very, very tough at all stages of the game for the Timber.
Yeah, a really cute interaction as well with the Rupture and the Cold Feet. It's sort of that mindset of, do I stay here and take no damage but get frozen, or, you know, do I accept the fate of the damage, maybe have a chance to get up? Very tricky to play around, especially at this sort of early stage of the game.
GH in some trouble here. Ace.
Should have a pretty straightforward combo to lay down after the Nightmare. GH, though, able to get himself over the tree line. And in fact, with the Fisher from Mind Control, GH will be fine
And
for now.
Puppey gets
Matumba Man.
annihilated.
Oh, the spiders come out. You've got to be so careful on these supports, how you come in onto the high ground and into these lanes, as this spider army will just tear apart a Bane at this stage of the game.
They're going to find out that their Ancients are warded in a moment. Matu's probably going to go over there and be like, wait a minute. But yep, even though we see that Timbersaw versus Broodmother matchup, this is what ends up happening. Brood just goes to the
He hits
jungle.
neutrals, yeah.
And he's going to have a Desolator if he wants to have it at pretty much now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he actually is about to be finishing. Scouts out the Ancients, knows they're blocked, pings them out, but continues to jungle anyway. It doesn't matter. It's too much for him.
Absolutely crazy. Bottom lane Miracle. 3.1k net worth still. Looking pretty good for mid one on that Queen of Pain.
Yeah, he's very
second
fine.
highest on the net worth. I'm looking to see what sort of movements he can make. He does have that Sonic Wave, and he is now heading down towards the mid lane, but I think... Yeah, okay, no, sorry, there's the Treant sweeping over. Puppey. Actually going to go for an opening here with the Nightmare onto Matumba Man.
Too
Ace.
hard versus Brood. He just wakes himself up.
Yeah. Not nearly enough control.
But now they're going to know that there's probably a ward there as well. So they're going to probably start getting some understanding that Secret's focusing a lot on that Brood and those Ancients. And this is what the panel was talking about. Is you're playing versus Brood, it's always in your mind. You're like, Brood, 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 Brood. So it gives space to those other heroes to kind of catch back up. And Mind Control struggled a bit, but now the Queen of Pain rotating out of that top lane, MC has just parked himself top, and he's going to be able to get a good amount of farming levels up here as the Shaker.
Thought I would try and pull him out, but indeed, as you say, especially now being 6, he has to be careful. Bottom lane.
Rupture.
Yep's got to be careful how he comes out. Did obviously want to try and soak up some of that XP, find himself to level 6, but it's a scary lane to poke his head into mid lane. Matumba Man coming across as that Deso ready to go. Silence straight up onto mid 1, and that's the co-op down. Ace will try and cut through them all. Does it the Chakram, bring in Mind Control down.
The Rapid Nature.
Okie dokie, Ace does get the double. Will go down. But definitely nice little play there from the Timbersaw to bring some down with him. And of course, we talk about the many strengths that Liquid do have against the Timber, but at the same time, there's a couple of these melee cores and such. There's a lot of damage potential that Ace can get down and out.
The thing is, it's an even trade, but I think Liquid benefits more on that because the 2 cores die from both sides, but the supports on the side of Liquid were there.
Yeah,
and now GH is already almost level 6. Same thing with Kuroki. Actually, Kuro is already 6 now on this AA.
Oh, Secret, ready to chase for some action. Looking for GH. He's trying to juke it out across the tree line, but they will chase. Infused Raindrop, buying him some time. The Spider's coming in looking for the deny. Oh, he gets it, Matumba Man.
The Raindrop and the 10 stick charges pushes him over.
Yeah.
Just enough HP to survive there.
Matumba Man continuing to just go out of control this game. This is, you know, we've seen it so many times, these Broodmother or anti-mage picks that come in to the draft at the right place at the right time, and they become so hard to deal with.
Imagine playing Nyx or Bane versus this right now. If he just focuses on you for
you're gone.
2 seconds, you're dead. And with now Night Stalker level 6, AA level 6, it's about to be nighttime soon. He might even just park the darkness right now in a second so that it goes, you know, you get your darkness and then it goes straight into nighttime right afterwards. There we go. So he's got that perfect timing going for it.
There we go. And an Ice Blast. Down to the bottom, trying to slow it down, but Secret will, of course, finish that tier 1. GH coming in for a bit of a poke on to mid 1. Does have to be careful with Secret having 4 of their members down on that bottom lane.
Liquid knew this rotation was coming from earlier, though. They accepted that that bottom tower was going to die about a minute ago because we saw Miracle TP top and just go up there and just be like, whatever. You know, bottom's dead. They're going to definitely emphasize on pressuring that lane with their heroes because you want to get into the enemy jungle when you're playing versus a Broodmother. So level 10 hit, Broodmother gets the XP gain talent, and this is where he's going to start skyrocketing a bit in levels, but the same goes for the Timbersaw.
I'm going to look to try and stop the tier 2 push. Liquid is
Fata
mind control.
has to be careful here. He spots out my control, though, with some nice tree and micro.
They do have Ace and Puppy here. I mean, Secret may try and fight back if they find the opportunity. Nightmare onto the Night Stalker to set up. It's a lot of burst, especially with a beautifully timed Nature's Wrath. That'll be 1 down. Secret can maintain their hold down there. Top lane Miracle going in, and now it was a bit of a bait. YapzOr looking for the setup for the rest of his team to come through. Fada's there. Sonic Wave from mid 1. They will lose the tower, but they do punish Miracle for it. Mid lane, though, Timberman with that very quick and easy push forces out the fortification. At Deso, Broodmother making short work of the towers. Will be up for now. Secret should be able to get the deny.
Secret definitely doing what they need to do in this game, though. They need to keep this up, keep this aggression going so that Liquid can't keep this, get the catch-up going. But we do see Miracle did go for the Midas build. He's understanding like Broodmother's going to make a lot of space for him, so he wants to be able to get that extra farm going, extra levels, and become that monster. Because all they need to do really is Liquid is, you know, they need to get to the late game. As long as they're not at a huge detriment, their heroes match up incredibly well versus Secret's cores.
6 to 5, 30 minutes in. I mean, just that slight lead for Liquid. Secret doing very well in the sense of keeping up in the net worth. And still, they need to, as you say, make so much happen at this stage.
Yeah.
Before it does get too late. We've got to see mid 1 continue to just consistently find opportunities to use that Sonic Wave like he just did. You know, it's a great rotation up top to shut down Miracle. They just have to keep that up.
They have to commit like heavy ultimates, though, in order to go for those kind of kills. Ace is enormous, though, right now. Bloodstone's finished up. Level 12 already.
All things said and done, still very, very close here off the back of the laning stage.
Yep.
Exactly what we'd hope from these two teams, Secret, Liquid. Mid lane.
Mid 1 almost gets brought down. That was one more hit maybe from the Broodmother with those spider links and could have been mid 1's death there. The damage, look at this, 73 plus 150 already on the Brood. Plus that minus armor, it's absurd.
And with the thing is as well, of course, isn't it? With that Mask of Madness, there's now even the chance to maybe live Roche. Nice play with the Spike Carapace from YapzOr. Very nicely done.
Every single time they have Wrath of Nature, they're trying to set up those ganks with that extra burst damage.
That's really nice to see.
Yeah, the Carapace, while you're vendetted, being able to hit that blood right.
Top lane. Seeing Puppies start to head over. Doesn't have the Fiend's Grip available yet, but does make sure that there's the space for Fada to push in, take that tier 1 tower.
It's really nice, too, that Secret made that move. It's still nighttime, and they were adamant on getting that aggressive move. And we can see Liquid is definitely on the back foot still a bit here, looking at just their ward vision. They're playing their completely defensive wards with the life of a support versus Broodmother.
Yep, that's going to happen.
Sorry, puppy.
That is going to happen a few times.
Now the timing, though. My control has Blink. So this is where they're probably going to look to start ticking down those Bloodstone charges on Ace.
Oh, Mid-1 jumping forward. That just strikes in straight away onto Kuro. Miracle, again, the Blood Right triggering the Spike Carapace.
Oh, his Midas is up too.
In trouble. Oh, no, that's efficiency loss. Oh, the Chakram is going to be off the mark. Is he actually going to get himself out of there? No, the stun from Yap catches him out. It also grabs mind control. They're not only losing 2 here, Liquid, they're going to lose 3. Secret chase them down, take them off 1 by 1.
That was awkward. My control had Blink. I think he wanted to go for the deny there, and he kind of just like walked up a little bit too close and got clipped by that stun. That was a slight mistake there coming out from Liquid, but Secret heavily capitalizing on it. And this, we're talking about it. Secret needs to do this in the lane. They need to snowball with their heroes.
16 minutes in, and they're starting to waltz up to the high ground with the Treants. The Ice Blast to start to apply a little bit of a deep push, but... And again, we're seeing, Yapzor playing it very smartly this game. Every single time Miracle tries to farm or push out a wave with the Blood Right, bam, it hits him straight in the face. And he is instantly caught out. Some very strong Nyx Assassin play. Not that we'd expect anything less, of course, from Yapzor. Yeah,
Great pressure plays, though. All that aggression done by Secret now was during nighttime. Very important that they don't let Liquid capitalize on that vision advantage you get from darkness. Bottom again.
Again! The same combo with the Nature's Wrath. Miracle, he will survive, but you're seeing how much damage this man takes.
Everyone from Liquid's coming down,
They
though.
are. They're looking for the cutoff, seeing what they can get in return. They do find mid one. Ace will be successful with the TP out, but this time Liquid able to punish Secret.
Yeah, Echo committal to bring him down there.
Yeah, certainly worth it for that quad kill. Tumba.
Courier.
Oh, he's looking for it.
So close. He didn't have that secondary web, so his Spiderlings lost movement speed for a moment, but now...
in the river.
Oh, Puppey.
Mind control.
I think
Catch.
this is just going to be the life of a Bane in this type of game. You're playing versus Night Stalker, you're playing versus Broodmother. It's super difficult, and this is them trying to go for Roche, but pretty difficult versus Timber.
Losing a couple of spiders there as well. Yapzor has the Vendetta, maybe seeing if he can get some sort of intel for the side. They'll have mid one back up in 5 seconds, and he does have Sonic Wave available, so Secret will be able to deter Liquid away from the pit. They're smoked up. They're ready to try and punish. Puppey still yet with the level 6. The Yapzor level 10, looking for the setup stun. Beautiful combo here as they come in onto Matuma, cutting him down around the Ancients. Bam, he's gone. The Fissure, not enough to hold them back. Secret, they're ready to look for more. Fada's got the Orchid picked up. Ace closes the gap onto the Shaker. Secret quick to pick up 2.
If they can try to take the Roche from Liquid, that would be massive this game.
I mean, I guess they've got the Nature's Prophet. They could do it relatively safely. Speed isn't as great as that, of course, of Liquid's lineup. But they have got a full 30 seconds without Matuma because of how leveled he was.
Uh-oh, GH as well now.
He tried to come round looking for the vision, but again, Fada TPing into position.
Secret's playing this so damn well. Puppey's eating all of the ganks. He's just dying. He's like, whatever. I don't really mind this. Yapzor is absolutely crushing it on this Nyx Assassin right now, showing up at every gank. Rare, though. Liquid doesn't really have like the sentries placed to be defending their heroes, and they're unable to respond properly. GH having a bit of a rough one on this Night Stalker so far.
And super safe play as well from Secret. They realize they can't realistically go for Roshan, especially as they went for that sort of pull-off to get the GH kill. So maybe that sort of works as well for Liquid. GH with that play does stop Secret from getting the Roshan potentially.
It's still scary, like with their lineup. Like you said, they don't really have those physical damage dealers. They don't have those like straight up right clickers, anything like that. They don't have a medallion. They're still suffering a bit, but Yapzor are getting closer and closer to Blink. 300 gold or 350 gold away from it.
Very impressive indeed. In position for again, scouting out the Roshan. We are seeing Liquid group up.
Having all these tier 1s and all this pressure coming out from Secret also guards the Roche from Liquid being able to take it.
Here we go, nighttime is out. Matuma Man on
Scan
the front.
catches them.
Unlikely that Secret get caught out by this. Ace on the front lines.
Sitting at, what, 18 Bloodstone charges already. Ace having absolute spectacular game so far in this Timbersaw.
Let's see what Liquid can do. They need the perfect jump, really, from Mind Control to kick things off. He has got the Fissure. They'll look to jump in straight away, but the Nightmare buying some time here for mid one. Is it enough to keep him alive? It's not. Ice Blast comes in from Kuro. He's down. Puppey finds the Fiend Script from the sidelines, does get the kill onto the Shaker, but Puppey will be punished. He gets surrounded by Miracle and GH. It's a 2-for-1, but Ace is not done. Looks for the Chakram cut off onto Miracle. Can't quite find the connection. Miracle getting a good amount of speed. Will now start to wear off. As members of Secret have been dead a little too long, Miracle can no longer rely on that passive to boost him, and he is being chased by Ace. Fada with the cutoff, jumps up to the high ground with the teleport, has to TP away, stun from the Yapzor, catches 3, buys the time for Fada to escape. Miracle keeps himself alive with the Shrine. Ace trying desperately to finish off this Bloodseeker, but the Spider's coming in, and it's big, bad, and scary. Ace out of mana, out of luck as well. The Blood Right, it will connect. He's been surrounded by the Ancients.
Oh my God.
He's been taken down as well. And despite some impressive plays from Secret, the fight around the Shrine gets a little too close for comfort. Liquid with the perfect ability to turn things around. And they get those big kills as well. Finding Ace at the end of it. Perfect control with the crippling fear into Blood Right.
The Shrine was the clutchest thing that could ever happen right there.
Changed everything.
Yeah, Miracle just gets a little bit extra speed from him getting from the two heroes falling low, the Nature's Prophet and the Nyx Assassin, able to juke around the trees a bit from that Timber Saw. And yeah, Shrine comes up, Mind Control respawns, they get the nice silence coming out, and Matu is getting very scary. Already level 18 now on this Brood Mother, and we saw the damage he did in that last fight.
Really
It was
did.
well over 3,000.
Yeah, BKB and Desolator is more than enough for him to go for in mid lane, mid one.
Oh,
He's
he's
being
dead.
ruptured. He does blink, does manage to get the blink, so he doesn't take any rupture
Oh, he's
damage at
okay
all.
for now.
Yapzor with the stun. It's not going to be enough, surely. No, he still goes down. Ice Blast flies across, but they have killed off Matumberman's Secret. They'll get the trade in return. Miracle is laying down the blood right, making sure that Secret don't immediately chase for more. So just the 1-for-1. Two big heroes going down. As things will settle once again.
See, even under the pressure there, mid one, it doesn't take the blink rupture damage. He does the quick step, so you get the blink, and you're not able to take it. That was really good discipline, even though he's getting pressured so hard and almost dying.
Obviously the kill anticipation there. Puppey, of course, only on 31% because bless him, he pretty much dies at the start of every fight.
He's tanking a lot of ganks.
He's tanking the ganks.
Sure
The
is.
job of the Bane.
Look at his. This is the puppy build right here.
Oh, get that buckler.
The casual buckler. They need the medallion. We mentioned it for them to take the Roshan, so he'll be able to get that soon.
Here we go. Puppey on the scout. BKB is coming out for Liquid. That's only going to make things a lot harder.
They're pressuring bottom
Secret.
tower though right now, pretty heavily.
Oh, look at this jump forward from Yaps. It doesn't find the stun though. Mind Control getting the chance to drop the Echo Slam, hold Ace back. Now, Rupture down onto the Timber Saw. This Ice Blast as well could do a lot of work from Kuro. Comes in, but Nightmare on Ace allows him to dodge the blast damage, but the passover's still there, so Ace will fall. Puppey tries for a very ambitious Fiend's Grip, but he'll instantly get cut down as Miracle finds the double kill. Secret getting a little too ahead of themselves. They're trying to break that high ground. And you saw Ace there diving straight in. Yapzor went for a very bold blink and did not connect with the stun, and instantly those sort of slip-ups are always going to be heavily punished by a team of such caliber that Liquid is.
Yeah, he's landed every single one pretty much this game except for that one moment. That's the one that's in the base, and that one really matters because now they get so many big trade kills coming out.
So
And that's what, that's 2 deaths back to back now on the Timber Saw, so his Bloodstone charges are starting to whittle down.
Yeah.
They can't be making these mistakes either. We mentioned that this is the kind of draft that they need to snowball quite heavily. Kura, he's in trouble.
Spot him out. Has got the trees working with him, and again, bam, Fada
That's a
picks it
gem.
up. Oh, it is.
Yapsu just got a gem right off the bat. I think he just bought it as well.
Jackpot.
That's
Yap.
absolutely the dream. Kuro is probably pretty pissed off.
I think he is. Kuroku, no gem. BKB finished for Matumberman now as well. So both him and Miracle feeling a lot more confident. Those, having a BKB on the Brood would have changed a lot of things in those last 2 fights where he has been heading in head first with the Deso, Mask of Madness. And
he's got the perfect
leaving
timing
himself
coming out.
vulnerable.
He's about to be level 20 on top of that BKB, Mask of Madness, Deso timing, and that's where he just goes rampant in the team fights. Nobody can stand toe-to-toe with him. Oh, unless they Fiend's Grip him, of course, but it's going to be quite tough.
It's such a hard game to Fiend's Grip. I mean, especially with the Brood, he's going to get the spiders straight on you. And Puppey still, even with the classic Buckler, very susceptible to being taken out. Quite a lot of these spells that Liquid are throwing out in the team fights. Mid lane, Yapzor keeping eyes on Matumberman. They do have the vision down with the wards. Matumberman will head himself away. Unbeknownst to himself, will keep himself on the safe side of the river here, away from that sentry.
I guess they put the gem at base. Yapsor's not holding it anymore either. So, okay, Ace is holding it. Just kidding.
Okay. Mid lane, Yap. Trying for the jump in. Look as he try and burst down Matumberman, but he does have that BKB. He gets it out before the Fiend's Grip. Mind Control in with the cancel onto Bane. And the Ice Blast as well. It's not even needed. Ace will get the deny.
And that gem gets grabbed back up so quickly.
But again, it's Bloodstone charges lost as well.
Yeah,
Liquid, they're not done. They jump up by the shrine. They catch themselves a third. Yapzor still hanging around up on the high ground. Fada trying to force them back with a bit of split push, but Miracle is quick to turn up to the bottom lane. Has the blood right, heavy amounts of deep push.
They know when they get on this type of aggressive movement, it's very hard for Secret to react because they have a Nature's Prophet, and this Roshan's going to die so fast, of course, with that medallion, with that Deso and level 20 Brood. Aegis online.
Pass the gem over to Mind Control by the looks of it. They are losing that top tier 2 to the creeps.
Liquid got a lot of, not only a lot of kills there and momentum swing, but they got a lot of map control. We see the 3 aggressive wards placed by Kuroki in the enemy jungle as well as the enemy mid laner, so they can see those rotations coming from very far away. They're hoping that they can see exactly wherever the Nyx Vendettas and try to follow his movements along the line.
Shadow Blade nearly done as well for Mind Control. About 400 gold, and that will be there for the Shaker.
That's where Fada's life becomes a lot harder.
Oh, the catch potential is huge from Liquid.
And we see the multiple BKBs being picked up soon, too. GH is going for one on the Night Stalker as one of his first items, too. Bloodseeker, of course, it was his first item after that Midas, and now going for the Radiance to have that scaling potential.
Oh, and he's close as well to that Relic.
Yeah, he's getting closer and closer. It's becoming a bit scary for Secret for sure. They need to keep up their aggression whenever it's daytime. Try to capitalize on that vision advantage, but having all these deep wards down, it makes Secret's life a lot harder. You see them playing a lot more passively now after this Aegis gets grabbed. Because the counter gank potential from Liquid is so high with this Earthshaker, with this Bloodseeker movement speed as well.
Yeah, Ace still doing very well in terms of keeping up with the farm on this Timbersaw, despite being taken out consecutively in the last few fights. Second on the net worth, still ahead of Miracle and his Midas. Obviously, once the Radiance does come out, it's going to get a little trickier for Ace to keep on the same level of farm. And Liquid's starting to get a little bit antsy as they head over the river.
They see Puppey farming. Oh, poor Puppey.
Oh, he's in a lot of trouble here.
Those deep aggressive wards that they place, and this is the two supports just killing him by themselves.
Yeah, I've got a completed Shiva's Guard picked up for mid one.
Yep, some much needed armor, of course, versus the Desolator and versus that massive physical damage that Liquid will be having. And now they claim a tier 2 while they do that aggressive dive into the jungle. So that's a very good advantage pushed by Liquid.
All about the split pressure, though. Nice awareness there from Miracle. Does ping out in the bottom lane when he sees that creeps are being pushed in by the Nature's Wrath and knows that they are going to look to try and put some more pressure on.
It's so tough for them to kill anybody, though. Like we mentioned, once those BKBs are out, a lot of Secret's damage is just completely nullified. They don't have the right clickers. I mean, they just profit eventually, but nowhere near yet.
They have to get that instant stun from Yapzor.
Oh, Yapzor. He gets dusted up, and they are hunting him down.
He does have mid one nearby. Can mid one save him? I don't think he can. The slam comes through.
Oh, he's silenced too.
There's an Ice Blast as well. Does pass over Fada. Mid one trying to turn and help this Nature's Prophet. They get the Chakram and the Sonic Wave. Mid one will maybe pay with his life. No, gets the Blink off. Secret they get to. Matuma Man is there with the cutoff though. Finds Quap post Blink. Will be the 2-for-2 trade. Here's mid one going down, and there's a very high value target for Secret. Ace will be fortunate enough to TP out to safety from the tree line.
Nice item build by Ace, recognizing of course he needs Yules versus Bloodseeker and versus Night Stalker, and then that Blink Dagger is always going to be useful to get out of those type of situations. But Matu getting scarier and scarier, already level 23, yeah, 4,600.
That is a rich spider.
The big cores are the ones that are the intimidating factor from Liquid. It's the Bloodseeker and the Broodmother. Earthshaker died, but he did his job in that fight. He got his Echo Slam off, he got the multiple kills that they needed, and they didn't lose the gem. Very important for them. It got killed, or the hero, Kuroki died, but then they recovered it right afterwards, and now it's Radiance finished for Miracle, and he can start getting more involved. They know, they know where Matu is right now. On the Broodmother, they were pinging him out with Yapzor.
Secret obviously can try and play the split push game as they have been, having Fada making sure that Liquid have trouble grouping up as 5. But it's still going to become an increasingly harder ordeal for the side of Secret. Ace being spotted up.
This is deep for Liquid unless they find Puppey.
Oh, they will here. They will maybe look to take the Nightmare off, but the Yule's hold back is there from Ace. We'll make sure the Matuma can't chase down Puppey.
It's too deep. Yeah, it's way too deep.
Yeah, they'll leave that one alone. Top lane, Yapzor looking to set up on Miracle, and he's not alone. Does have Fada there as well. Miracle pretty
but
big,
Bane's coming now too. Miracle's screwed.
Yeah, with the 4 of them there. That'll be a quick and easy one, taking down that Bloodseeker. The rest of Liquid do have the wraparound though. Look at this aggression. They may still want to try and take something, even though they don't have the Bloodseeker. They're looking for Puppey. They're looking for the easy kills, and whoa, they'll get. Puppey's gone. Can they find anything else though? Mind Control still has the Echo Slam available.
They see Yapzor.
We can just swing across the tree line. That is going to be the Aegis gone out of their hands.
They've got a lot of chase for him. Nice Carapace comes out, but the Fissure from Mind Control.
Still going to be held back. Yapzor is not getting home safe.
Oh, Miracle accidentally, I think, puts it in the alt chat, but I think he was just typing a well played to his team. It's okay.
Sopri.
They're Jordanian buddies, right? It's okay. It's all in good jest.
A bit of balance, yeah. Some top Jordanian bands.
Fada forced to go for BKB, of course, versus this Earthshaker and
Yeah, they need
Night Stalker.
They need it. I mean, both sides, as we're seeing here, Liquid were the first to start kitting up with them. Secret certainly going to be following suit on there. At least a couple of the calls. We'll see what mid one feels pressured to build into after the Shiva's Guard.
Yeah, it still is like relatively close, but the concern is definitely there for Secret, where the Queen of Pain, you haven't been seeing the Sonic Waves coming out too often. He's gotten a few decent ones off, but you can see his net worth is starting to dwindle a bit, and that's a safe lane quap.
Yeah, a lot rests on mid one to really pull something out when he's been given that safe lane space, as you say.
And they have so many ways of lockdown on the side of Liquid, which becoming more and more because they're picking up a Bloodthorn soon on that Broodmother as well. And the damage is going to be pretty ridiculous once he does get that.
Now look at this, just the spiders in the mid lane. Slowly but surely trying to siege. We'll lose a few of them there to the Nature's Wrath. It's a nice bit of gold going into the pocket of Fada's Nature's Prophet. At 24 levels on this Broodmother, 32 minutes in. Matsuma Man, as ever, giving us an incredibly solid Broodmother performance. He's looking for the Bloodthorn. He's got enough for the Crystallis. Recipe will be round the corner. And at that point, he can BKB and destroy most of the targets on Liquid. They do obviously have the Yules and such ways to play around it, but if there's the lockdown alongside that Spider, Secret's heroes do not have much of a chance.
Yep. Look at my control just prowling for anybody top. The Earthshaker and AA combo can kill probably anybody if he gets the double totem first and then you totem afterwards for the double hits.
I like this as well. They're expecting Fada to push that lane out, but Secret actually have other ideas. They have Fada on that bottom lane, and they themselves smoked up behind him. They're hoping the Fada baits them out on the bottom.
We've got the mirror movements, but Liquid has that ward in mid lane, so they see that nobody's moving there. They see that nobody's moving top. They're definitely aware that this rotation's happening. Everybody avoiding bottom. We see Miracle pings himself. He's like, they may just try to dive me in the base here and go for an insta-kill, but yeah, look, Miracle's even going all the way back to the fountain just in case, because they're not seeing anything. Picking up another item, it looks like. The boost to travel.
Boost to travel.
Yeah. Very soon to have that one.
Absolutely necessary as well against this Nature's Prophet lineup.
That'll be nice too. They can boost to travel in on the Spiderlings.
Yeah.
To be able to join in whenever he's around there, around with the Brood.
Get those setups for potential ruptures.
Yep.
From the darkness up top, Fada. He is knocking on the doors, and he's BKBing for it. He is going to try and TP out. Does he? He's making it out as well. All right, Fada with the big bull play.
If MC had the totem already preemptively done before he got there and he had a secondary one, Fada could have definitely died there. But great opportunity seized there with the first BKB usage. Almost taking out the whole tower. Bottom though. Miracle.
Can plus Fada do something about this?
It's tough without Timbersaw.
It is, especially with that BKB on the Bloodseeker.
Do they have the boots of travel for Timber to come in? They're going to
try. They're going to try and perfectly stun lock him down.
I think they need Timber here.
I think they're in trouble now. Miracle just turns with the BKB and takes the kill. Mid one jumps forward. Sonic Wave.
Yeah.
Does clean him up.
They needed one of the cores. Yep.
Yeah, and in terms of a trade, they are more than happy to take that. Miracle down for 75 seconds. Very smart plays from both sides in this game.
They're picking on Miracle a lot. Mind control set up on bottom. He wants to go for Fada here. He might have to just clear out the train though and reveal himself. Yeah, he does.
Roshan's back up. And Secret have to be very aware that Liquid can take this down in a very, very quickly. Now going to try and take the fight outside of the pit though. GH. Chasing down mid one. Mid one should be fine. Silence will wear off. Now got the blink back up and will jump away. Top lane Fada again looking for the rat. Again he gets out. These little plays from Fada, they are keeping the pressure heavily onto Liquid. And in fact, Ace has managed to come around the corner, look for GH. Silence is there, but it doesn't matter. Mid one jumps in with the solid wave. Mind control in with the echo to the Quap, and mid one is gone. Ace should be able to cut his way out of here as he is on the retreat. The rest of Secret also trying to get out of it.
It's a battle of getting the gem, pretty much in all these engagements.
Puppy
in some trouble here.
Oh, he is. He's underneath the vision.
Kuro's actually the one in trouble now, but rotation's coming in. Miracle TPing in.
Oh. Puppy brain sapping the Lotus Orb. Not going to do too much to help himself, and he is gone. Will maybe look for a cute little nightmare tonight. It's not going to happen. Miracle gets the kill. Nice blast off the mark. The Absol will be fine. And again, so much
Fada's under vision here of mind control, but there's no one else here. He's going to try to go for the solo kill.
He's going to do quite a bit. Whether it's going to be enough, though, that's another question. Sprout and TP is there, and Mind Control will not get the chance to cancel in time.
Is that the first time I've seen Fada chat wheel this game? Every other game they played, he's been chat wheeling nonstop. It's under pressure.
He certainly is. Yeah. He is focusing to the max this game, Fada, as we have seen as well, making these plays. And top lane, you got to fortify straight away when Matuma Man starts to do that, and indeed they will. They have the Yule set up, and Matuma Man still with the BKB. Does have it ready if he feels it's necessary, and he doesn't even need to, just walks it off.
Ace is still super farmed, though,
keeping
up with the
so
Brood.
Well.
Yeah, he's got the full Aghanims now, too, so they've got that ridiculous burst potential whenever they do set up on anybody. And with the bots and the Nyx, they can set up all over the map, so it can be quite nice.
About 380 CS on that Timber as well. Obviously a few of them down to being the Spiders, but still an incredibly impressive pace of farm for Ace.
Yeah. Yapzor's been doing a really good job, though. I mean, he's been setting up really good kills, but he's just giving so much information on the map. Just walking by multiple heroes and just being like, okay, let's avoid here, Fada. You can continue your split push because we know where they are, etc.
Matuma Man eyeing up Roche. They know they can do it very, very quickly.
He's saving the hunger for now because he doesn't want to have it down on a team fight.
Spreading the Spiders out as well. Getting good vision so we can scout out any movement from Secret towards the pit. Can Secret get here in time? It's already down to half an hour commit. Master Man is in the
Blood Rage
Bloodthorn.
so fast.
It's dropping. Secret and looking towards the shrines. No chance of getting here in time. Aegis into the hands of Miracle. Cheese goes away Matumba.
Secret claims himself a shrine during that at least, but yeah, this is where the threat comes in now. Bloodseeker can't get bursted down and killed instantly because he's got that Aegis to come back afterwards if he does die.
Secret have got to be a little careful how they stick around in this jungle. Liquid.
They still want to
hunting for them.
They still want to proc the Aegis though. Miracle. He's got the Radiance off though.
Smart.
He knew this time. Predicted the movement from Yasuo. They actually had the ward there too, but he predicted the rotation coming in, and having that Radiance off, he's going to keep doing this for a while now because he's been dying a lot to just the Carapace into stun. So we'll be seeing him toggle that Radiance over and over again whenever he does feel at risk. And he's going to have Manta Style now finished on Bloodseeker 2 as well as the level 25 soon, so Blood Right spams will be coming out if he chooses to do that.
$4K gold lead now for Liquid. Still very close, as you say. Ace looking great. Fada as well with the pressure that he's consistently being applying has been pretty huge. Yaps are actually looking for some setup here for Fada to come in. They're looking for Kuroki, and they may just get him. He's got the Lotus Orb, will back off. Fada knows this is time to disengage. They didn't quite have the damage. Yapsor indeed will not be getting back. A little bit of a greedy play. Was close to working out in the sense of bringing down Kuroki, but no matter how that works out, they were always going to lose someone off the back of that play. And here's Yap, down for 50 seconds.
Matu has so much liberty because of that level 25. He's just everywhere with the rotation, the +8 webs.
Fada's coming, again, was toying with the idea of TPing down
through that bottom lane. They were trying to get the wraparound on him. And yeah, it does look like it's going to be the Blood Right damage cooldown, of course, for Miracle. Just the best talent, of course, for the Bloodseeker. He's even going Octarine on top. Yeah. You're going to be able to spam it at all times.
Makes it very hard for Fada to get this split pushing job done.
They want to take advantage of their Aegis and Cheese still, it seems like. BKBs all at the ready.
Spiders on the inbound. Woo! Payday for Ace. As he cuts down the army.
Mind Control's in, though.
He's committing the Echo. He wants to finish off Fada. There'll be a Nightmare. Trying to buy some time, but the damage from Matuma Man destroys the Nature's Prophet. Fiend's Grip is there to hold back the big bad Spider. But with the Yule Scepter, Matuma Man can now turn, pick up a second. Double kill comes out.
Mid one lives because of that Sprout from Fada.
They do manage to pop the Aegis, and now Secret trying to turn around Liquid, playing incredibly deep into the base of Secret. Mind Control getting chopped down by the double Chakrams. They'll now turn their attention back towards the melee racks, and they do get it. Yapsor's stun coming a little too short. Mid one juking out the Ice Blast. I said they still managed to get hit by the debuff. Matuma Man chasing him. This Shrine Hill is not going to work because that Ice Blast made the connection. So mid one's down for 80. They may have lost a couple of heroes, Liquid. Secret, they need to try and make them pay more. Using the Yules here just to hold Matuma in place. Can they finish him off? Look at this lifesteal go to work, though. A couple of hits, and Matuma Man is back up to full.
Oh my goodness.
Ace has to deny himself. Fada gets cut down as well by Miracle. There's no buyback on the Nature's Prophet. Mid one and Ace do have buyback available. Liquid may have lost 2, but with these 3 remaining, they can continue to push into the base. Secret, can they hold this? Yapzor going forward, but they have the vision of him. Nightmare set up onto Matumba Man. There's the first buyback from mid 1. Does not have Sonic Wave.
They're just going to retreat. Kuroki's probably dead here, though.
Miracle's out. And indeed.
He knows.
He knows. He accepts it.
Yeah. That fight was actually, there were so many little intricate things that happened that were so ridiculous. Fada,
crazy.
so Miracle dives in to try to clean up Fada, or to clean up mid 1, and Fada sprouts him, so he survives for a second. Then Miracle dies. Instantly when he's respawning, he toggles off the Radiance. So Yapzor tries to Carapace stun him. Whew. Radiance is off though, and it just runs out. So that would end up actually saving Miracle's life. And they were able to claim that big success of Rax, but mind control with that no hesitation jump onto Fada. And that was a Fada dieback.
It was indeed. It was indeed, and it pretty much as expected, sort of this 40-minute mark now that the game's getting later. Liquid getting this advantage, and Secret with their lineup, they are going to have a lot of difficulty trying to turn this one around.
Yeah. Nobody can stand toe-to-toe with the Brood. And he didn't have to expend cheese in that last fight.
Oh, puppy.
Lots of fake TPs.
That was an easy cancel of a TP there.
Yeah.
No way you want to go into that spider.
Matu's got 7,000 gold.
And he doesn't, the scary thing is he doesn't even need to spend it.
Yeah, and this is a full Octarine as well now picked up for Bloodseeker. We saw the Blood Rights being spammed non-stop in that last engagement, but now it's going to be even more so. And there's an Arcane Rune. Oh my god.
Look at this. Secret. Have to be careful.
There's going to be like a 3-second
Mind control gets the jump
cooldown.
here. Could be all over. Mid 1 instantly blinks out as soon as that darkness comes out from GH.
What's the cooldown on Blood Right with Arcane Rune and Octarine?
Don't look it up. It's
extremely
disgusting.
Low. It's going to be low.
It is so horrible.
It's going to be like 3 seconds.
Oh, it's, yeah.
3-second cooldown, 6-second silent.
I don't know
Seems
how
good.
that's in the game.
Arcane Runes.
That's on the level of respawn talents, I'm telling you. That's how bad it is.
Now they're able to finally be able to take out this tier 1 bottom. 43 minutes in. And they're going to take out both of them very quickly here. It's so scary playing versus this Earthshaker. This is what we've been talking about so much. This instant disable, just taking somebody out of the fight right away.
Actually picking up a blade mail on mid 1. Anything they can try and change these fights at this stage of the game. They do find the stun. Bringing Miracle down there, but Mind controls in! Gets the echo off. The BKB was there in time for Fada, but it might just not matter. Miracle looking to chase down. Oh no, the Sonic Wave's gonna be duped. Miracle moving around at supersonic levels. That is mid 1 down for 95 seconds. He does not have buyback available. Liquid, they're cleaning up this bottom racks. Fisher into the blood right. Mind control jumps forward. Triple kill for Miracle. And they're not done yet. They'll finish off Fada. Ace, the last man surviving, trying to get back to the base, but it's all over. GG is called. Liquid will be your game 1 victors. The draft was strong. Secret certainly gave it their all, though. There was that mid-game portion where they made some smart calls, some smart plays. They tried their best to split up the map, keep the pressure on for Liquid, but at the end of the day, when the game is right for a Broodmother, the game is certainly right for a Broodmother.
Yeah, he farmed incredibly well. Ace kept up. Ace was doing a great job. Yapzor as well, finding pickups all over the place with Fada, killing Miracle multiple times, but Miracle started to learn his lessons. He started toggling that Radiance in every single situation. And yeah, Mind Control stepped it up, always finding those perfect Echo Slams, getting those pickoffs. And this is a scary team, man. Liquid, still after TI, looking to be this dominant team.
There is no denying about that at all. I mean, game 2, the draft, between these two teams, it's always so exciting to see how the minds of Kuro and Puppy clash. What do you think is going to be taken away from game 1 by Team Secret?
Probably still watch out for that Shaker. I think that's going to be one. Watch out for Shaker. Make sure that you draft a lineup that can scale a little bit harder. I think this game was pretty tough for Secret once it gets past like the 35-minute mark if they're not incredibly far ahead. And we saw Liquid. They had contingency plans. They went for Midas on Bloodseeker, went to go for that late game. And yeah, it's just really tough for Secret to make those adjustments. But that's what's going to happen when you're playing the team that won TI. Yeah,
it is. It's always going to be challenging, and ever more so when you do have to play against the legendary Matumba Man. Broodmother, but game 1 going the way of Liquid. You certainly can't take away from Secret. They gave it their all. The play was certainly there.
Yeah, they had some great moves.
But
really good moves.
The draft, once again, as we've seen time and time again here at Starlighter, the thing that needs to be sort of
Adjusted, but they did have opportunities to win this
They
game.
did?
They had to like super snowball. That's exactly what we were talking about with their cores. Nature's Prophet, Queen of Pain, Timbersaw. These heroes, they're not like these physical cores like a Bloodseeker. They're not like this Broodmother. They need to just win the game a bit earlier or be at a massive advantage.
Well, a lot of hype and excitement for Game 2, and even more so for the draft of Game 2, which will be coming around the corner very shortly. But first, we've got to hear from the panel to hear what they have to say about Liquid's Game 1 victory.
Yeah, Liquid victorious once more. They have yet to drop a single map here at Dota StarLadder iLeague Invitational. We have witnessed them being dominant, and this game a little less dominant than the previous games they won, sure, but they won again. Gods, Secret, they almost did it.
Yeah, they were close. They had, I think, fared a bit better than maybe we expected, or at least myself.
Yes.
The Brood died a couple times early on. They managed to at least get that early start that they needed to, because as Jans mentioned, their line wasn't going to scale that great into the late game. They didn't have those good scaling physical damage cores, but ultimately the game dragged too far and they didn't ever really amount much of a lead.
Oh. Winter, what did you make of this game?
Well, I like the Liquid draft a lot more, but I certainly did not expect the game to be that competitive. I thought Liquid would actually win the game easier.
Why was it so close?
I think partly because of the Timber was doing really, really well at the start of the game. I think same goes to Furen. Furen and Nyx got so many like pickoffs on the Birdseeker. They got a few on the Brood as well. Those are very, very important kills, you know, that allowed them to actually have like a really good shot in the game. But ultimately, the game drags on really long. The Birdseeker Radiance with Octarine Core and his talent, it means that he's going to be really strong late game. Not only the Brood, both of them are going to be really strong. Like compared to Secret's cores, I think the longer the game goes, the harder it is for them, you know, to fight against Liquid. And not only Liquid getting like every single Roshan with the Brood.
Yeah.
I mean, Fata did a really good job though, like trying to split push, and he was like trying to get the rags and whatnot. What he was doing was
That's the only thing you can do at that point. Though.
yeah, but still,
He did it well.
he was keeping his team in the game.
Yeah. The Ace Timbersaw. It was. I mean, it is a really good hero for him, but it felt like there was a lot of lockdown for him. He was easily targeted.
Yeah, and he couldn't go for like all full carry items because of the Bloodseeker. He had to go for the used, like defensive items.
And then Shaker just naturally as a hero doesn't care what items you have. If you get a long range fissure off, if you get a blink echo off, doesn't matter if you've got BKB link, it's all the defensive items in the world. You will get chain stun for a full 5+ seconds.
Yeah.
I think this is the kind of a game where you want to have like a position 5 that can actually offer you more team fight.
On
Like
Secret.
on Secret. Because like Bane in this kind of game, you don't really do a whole lot, right? He did like some good ultimates to grip like BKB heroes, but overall he's not gonna you know, contribute as much as like a AA. You know, AA is like he's just throwing the ice butts, but it does a lot in the team fight.
Yeah.
So I think maybe they would want to like, because they've been picking this Bane so much just for the laning phase, but if you're up against a team that just like it's like Brood and all these kind of heroes, like you can't pressure the mid lane in the early game as a Bane because it's a Brood. So maybe it's time to maybe swap off the Bane and go for like a more team fight, position fight, like a silencer would like would be great this game against the Shaker to stop his combos.
Yeah, and during the draft, we already mentioned that the Broodmother was a pick that could be fitting for both teams, but Liquid was the one to snag it up first.
I think that really is the hero secret one to 4th pick as well, because at that point they're like, we 4th pick Brood, Liquid can only react with 1 pick. But Liquid grabbed it first. They're like, well, we give you 2 picks to react, but we think that doesn't matter. Secret may prioritize it higher. I think if Secret 3rd picked it, give Liquid 2 picks to react, they may have been in a better spot with their draft. So it really is a key hero for this matchup, unless they're going to stop banning it, because it really feels very hotly contested.
Yep, it's just the mind games, you know. You kind of don't want to pick it in the third sequence because they have 2 heroes to counter you. You're worried about that. But then again, you're like, you're also taking a risk because the enemy might take it, and they did not have good heroes against the Brood.
There's so much lockdown on the side of Liquid that even when there's good Nightmare, not Nightmare, Fiend's Group going off on the side of Secret, it's easily countered and it only lasts for a little while. And also all the damage that they have is, apart from the Queen of Pain, it's not real fast damage, not burst damage, so then the Fiend's Grip is not long enough to actually have someone killed.
Yeah, and it's not only that, it's like, it's easier for, like if you think of the fights, right, it's easier for Liquid to fight because they have this Shaker, all his lockdowns compared to like Nyx, where the Bloodseeker was like he toggled his radiance off a few times to avoid getting Carapace stunned.
Yeah, so clever.
Definitely learned his lesson after he picked off quite a bit in the earlier parts of the game.
Yeah, I just want to give another honorable mention to Mind Control because he played this game real well. He was everywhere. His jumps were on point, his echoes were on point. He's not afraid to use his Echo Slam, even if it's just for one target, just to secure the kill.
He made a lot of really, really good initiations for his team.
Yeah.
I think this game is more like a lot of it is just the strategy, like the picks, you know. I think Secret they still played really well this game. They did what they could. Everyone was like doing the best and sometimes even extra, they put in like extra stuff in the game, like Yapso landing a few really, really good stuns.
Yeah.
But it was just really difficult for them to win the game with their composition.
Definitely makes you feel that Seeker can bounce back because of the way they played. They're definitely on their A game. Draft-wise, they'll make some tweaks based on this. Maybe I would expect a Brute as like a second stage ban from at least one of the teams. I think even Liquid may consider banning it just because they're like, well, what if they pick it before us? It's a hero you just don't want to have to verse. That's just can affect the game so much. It's for Secret, they want to just make sure they don't get outdrafted because they did play very well.
Yeah, both teams pretty much won very, very similar heroes. Very, very similar. So the drafting phase is just going to play such a huge role.
Do you think that's because Papi and Kuro obviously have been on a team together for such a long time that they're basically having the same ideas about Dota?
I think maybe more so they built their teams in. I think yes, and then as a result of that, they built their teams in a similar way where they have the same idea about what kind of mid they want, what kind of carry they want. Because if you compare it to other teams, they have like very different carry style players.
Yeah, and the other possible reason is, you know, Liquid won TI. Next season, you're building a team, you're looking at Liquid's composition, you're like, maybe I should probably do the same thing, you know, it worked really well for them.
Yeah.
So they end up with a very similar composition.
Yeah, but other teams don't really do that though.
Yeah, not everyone can, you know, there's only a handful of players that play like this, so whoever gets those players, then you can only play that way.
And then a new patch comes and that style of play goes
who
down
knows?
the drain and everybody has to shuffle. I hope not for these teams.
We'll see what happens. The new patch will change there a lot. That's where who knows who's going to be on top after that.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing that. But we're still on this patch, so no teasers or anything. So we are looking forward to a second game of the series because, as just mentioned, Team Secret have a really good shot of taking a game off of Team Liquid. We're going to find out if that's going to happen in the second game. Before that, we're taking a short break.